welcome. Today I am going to do a quick high-level overview of Canva. If you have not heard of Canva, I don't know where you have been, but Canva is a tool that a lot of entrepreneurs are using to create graphics that attract, right? Beautiful graphics without actually having the experience and qualifications of a graphic designer. Now, don't get me wrong, there are some things and a lot of things that you're always going to need a graphic designer for. For example, I recommend that you don't create your logo out of Canva, but actually hire somebody to create a logo for you. But for people with limited resources, Canva is an amazing tool to use and still put out good looking content and product without having to spend all the money and all the time. So let's get into it. So first of all, we're going to go to canva.com and you would be brought to a page that looks just like this. If you don't have an account with Canva before, you would have to create an account. So you can either sign up with Google, sign up with Facebook, or sign up with an email. I always recommend that you sign up with your email because you shouldn't be giving other applications access to other services that you use, because if something goes wrong with that application, then your other accounts are also in jeopardy and can be compromised. So say, for example, somebody hacked into your Facebook account, that means that they can get into your Canva account. Or if they hacked into your Canva account, that means that they can hack into your Facebook account. So sign up with your email. And if you already have an account, you can go ahead and just log in here. But I want to quickly look at pricing. So Canva does have a free forever account with over 8,000 templates, 100 plus design types and all of this. The thing with the pro account is that they have a lot more templates to choose from, a lot more elements, different photos, stock photos, because that's another thing, is that Canva does provide stock photos as well. And you would find better photos with the pro account, so that is important. But they also have the option for you to purchase the photos as you go. Now, I did this before and it ends up being more expensive than just paying the $9.95 a month for it. So I want to quickly look at that. And then, if you have a bigger team and you need a lot more control over what you do, you need the enterprise account. That's $30 a month. Also note that this is billed yearly. All right, that's what I wanted to look at first. I'm going to go ahead and log in because I already have an account and I have the pro account. So I hope that everything sort of stays the same here. So once you log into Canva, this is the screen you're going to be graced with. You can kind of see the templates that are already made. For me, these are my recommendations. I guess it's because these are probably the things that I create the most. But if you want it like social media, you can go ahead and click on that and it will give you different ideas, or different templates, I should say. So, if you chose Instagram, for example, then you have all of this to choose from. And then you can change things around as you want. So let me go back real quick because I don't want to go into that yet. If you already have designs, you're going to see the things that you have designed yourself under here. So this is just a template. This shows you the different templates: Instagram, Facebook, logos. But like I say, please hire a designer to create your logo for you. If you cannot afford a designer, just go on Fiverr and find someone. It's always going to be better than whatever you can make out of this. You're going to have your flyers, your posters, just about anything you can think of. So whatever your heart desires, you can grab one of those templates, make some quick tweaks, and call it a day. So you get the idea. Now, the one thing I want to show you quickly is if you have the Pro account, you can create a brand kit. So if you click on the brand kit, you can go ahead and add your brand colors. Now, if you hired a designer to create your logo for you, they will provide you with what your brand colors should be. So you would just come here, add your logo, go to plus sign, pick your logo wherever it is, and then you would come to the brand colors and you would just kind of add whatever colors, color numbers that they provided you. So these are my brand colors. I have multiple brands, so the colors are different. But you can also pick fonts. So this is some of the fonts I picked, which I probably should change at this point. In some cases, you can also purchase a font from somewhere else and then upload it into Canva. So you would do that here. Now what's going to happen is that every time you create content, you will have easy access to, your brand colors or your fonts or your logos. If you're not sure, you can also use this Discover palette to kind of see what colors might work for you if you're trying to learn more about color and what colors go together. So it kind of gives you an idea. So let's just say here pink. So if you say pink, it kind of gives you different variations of pink and how they go together. So again, this is if you have no idea what your brand color should be. So that just gives you an idea what to do. All right, so now that we're done with that, the next thing here is your folders. If you go to all your folders, if someone ever shared anything with you, you would find it here. All your designs, things you've purchased from Canva, things you've uploaded. This is basically like everything that you've ever done in Canva. So if you forgot where something was, you can always come here and kind of look for it. All right, so now we are going to go ahead and create a design. So when you just want to go here and create a design, I am going to pick Instagram post in this case. So you're going to go ahead and select Instagram post. And you are going to see all these different things like I just showed you a little bit ago. So I am going to go ahead and pick this one. So you can go ahead and pick this. Now, obviously you want to change this if you had something in mind. If you wanted to make a quick quote, I would just say we can achieve everything if we are willing to do the work. Okay, simple. Now you need to change the colors. If you had brand colors, if you're posting on Instagram and you have colors that you kind of follow, which I highly recommend, if your Instagram post typically just has photos, that's fine. Then you don't really need to worry about color as much, but you want to sort of keep it uniform so that you don't have different colors all over the place. It's just clashing and painful to look at. So if you have your brand colors, this is where you just go. So to change this letter, the color of these letters, you would just go to the text color and then you would change it to your color. So this is my brand color, so I'm going to change it to that. And then if I want to change this other part, I will go ahead and click into it and then go over here and change the color as well. Now I probably want to change this little color here. So every time you select an item, you will see the color up top here. So you can click into that and make it whatever you want. So I just changed that, and then I also want to change this. There you go. So I can also change this flower if I wanted to. So I'm going to go ahead and change this flower, but before we do that, I want to quickly show you. So up top here you have your template, and then you're going to have your photos. These are all the stock photos that you can use. Note that if it is a pro photo, you would see that here. So if you don't have a pro account, you know that that's not a photo that you should use. And then there should be free ones somewhere here. So like this one is free, so you want to make sure you're selecting those that match. And then you're going to have your elements. Your elements have all kinds of different things. I am obsessed with the elements section because everything from like a tablet to a phone, you know, this is some of the ones that I've used recently. Sticky notes, anything you can think of, shapes, you can find here. And then you have your text, right? Your text has all the different fonts arranged in different styles for you to easily modify for your own use. And then you have your music. If you want to add music to animations, videos, all kinds of things, right? Backgrounds, and then you can upload your own anything that you want. And here is your folder, and then you can kind of integrate this into other tools. So you can integrate it into Instagram, so you can easily share all your designs directly. So that's a different topic, maybe not, but if that's something you choose to do. So for this, I want to go into elements, and I want to search for flowers. I don't like this particular flower. So if I look for flowers, and then I can kind of go through to see which flowers I like more. So like I like this one, so I'm going to go ahead and select that one. Note that this is a pro account, a pro flower, and I have a pro account, so that's okay. So that did not replace this. So for me, let me go ahead and move this over here. Actually, let me just undo the whole thing. I don't want to confuse you. Okay, so when I clicked into this, you can kind of see how everything is tied together. So if I try to move this, I will move the entire thing, right? But I don't want to do that. You can easily, if I want to move any of this around separately, I have to select this ungroup option. And if I click ungroup, then they become their own individual elements. So now I can easily delete this if I wanted to. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this. And then I'm going to bring my flower over here and put in its place. Now, this flower doesn't have the option for me to change colors. If it did, it would show up here, which would allow me to swap the colors of this out. And this one doesn't. So let me see if there's another flower that I can play with the colors. This one is sort of the same. So let's remove that. About this one. Awesome. So you can see with this one, the color popped up here. So that means that I can change the color. So I can change this to pink, right? So I'm just going to make that pink, and I'm going to leave it up there. Sorry about that. My computer was dying. So if I want to duplicate this so I don't have to go back and search for flowers, I just go ahead and hit this button here, and I have the exact same size, and see how it like aligns, and kind of allows me to make sure that I am placing my elements in the perfect alignment. Does that make any sense? Yeah, that it's aligned properly. So I want to make this smaller. Notice how that gives me that line, so that it allows me to place it right in the middle. Awesome. All right, so I want to duplicate this again. Don't mind my design is not going to mean anything. Just go ahead, place this right here, and I want to change this color to a different color. You know, same concept. You get the idea at this point. And when I am all done with this, if I want to go ahead and make something else, or add a new, I would probably want to add a new page and create something else if for whatever reason I wanted this together. But I want to make sure that I don't move anything else in here. So I can lock this. When I lock this, I don't know what I locked. Hold on. I can select this and lock the whole thing, right? When I lock it, I take everything back that I just said. So I can lock certain elements to its place. So if I click on this and lock it, that will ensure that I don't move it at all, right? So you can see that. So no matter what I do, I'm not going to move this. So if I don't want to make mistakes and move things around, that is what I would do. And then, you know, when I'm ready, I can always unlock it. Anyway, so when you're ready to download this, you want to just go to download. Well, if you hit download, it would give you options as to what you can download it as. This one is trying to download it as a video because that's what this file was. But you can always drop down and download it to whatever. But remember, if it was a video and you download it as, say, a PNG or JPEG, then the video is not going to play. You're probably mostly always going to want like a PNG for your Instagram. So this was a, you know, this was a video, so I just want to show you. Okay. So now let's say we want to create something else completely from scratch. I would just, one thing to note is that as you are designing, it is always automatically saving things for you. So you don't have to worry about going and manually saving things. You can always go to File and you can save things to your folder if you're not, if you're ready or you're all done. Or you can make a copy or download, so it's all up to you. But now we're going to try and create a new design. So I am going to design a Facebook cover. It opens in a new page for whatever reason. If I decided that, oh man, I don't want to design a Facebook cover, what do? You can go ahead and resize, and you can pick whatever else fits what you were trying to do. So you can change it to a flyer, a card, or whatever. Or if you have exact dimensions that you're looking for, you can go ahead and enter that here. But I'm going to stick with this, and I'm going to try and create this by hand. So I have no idea what I am trying to get, but I'm just going to start over at background and see what speaks to me. I kind of like that. No, I don't like that. What about like this? Nope, I don't like that either. Not feeling it. I'm just gonna go ahead and hit undo and do both, and I'm going to go to photos, and I'm going to put this right here. So because I didn't select this as a background, you notice it doesn't fill up the whole background for me. But I can just as well move this, if I wanted to. Just like that. I can do whatever I want. I'm just going to leave it like right there. Alright. And the next thing I want to add is I want to add this photo. It's probably not going to make any sense, but it's not supposed to. I'm going to go ahead and use this photo. Alright. No, I don't think I like that photo. I'm going to delete that. I'm going to add this photo instead. It has nothing to do with each other, but that's not the point of this. I'm just trying to show you the different things that you can do. Alright, so this is my Facebook cover photo. And I want to draw a line between this. So I'm just going to go in here and I am going to say line. So I'm going to grab this and I get this line and I'm just going to rotate it by clicking that symbol. So I'm going to rotate it. And then I can drag it. I'll drag it right up here. And I will make this one of my brand colors. Awesome. Just like that. Okay. Now I want to add text. So I am going to hit that text button. And I want to use, I want to use this. Okay. And put this over here. So you can see it's too big. So I'm just going to shrink it by clicking on that little dot over here and just dragging it so it's as small as I want it to be. And then I bring it over here. And I want to say bridging technology and nature. I'm not sure what that means, but it's just what came to me while I was writing this, obviously. And I want to change the color. I actually want to ungroup this. So I'm going to ungroup this. That way I can change their colors separately. I also want to change the font because now I don't like the font anymore. So I'll just drop down here, pick the font, and I want to use this. No, that's what it will. No. So let's see. Make that smaller, move it around. And I want to make it this color. Alright. And I can do the same for this. I want to bold that and I want to update that color. And just like that, I have my new Facebook cover. Now, if I wanted to make this photo to sort of be in the background a little bit more and not as bold, I can use the transparency to sort of, send it back more. Look at that. I can like completely make it disappear. So if I wanted it to just be something like that, I could leave it at that. Or I can go full on picture. That's just something I wanted to show you. Another thing that you can do is I can kind of copy this style if I had something else that I wanted to apply it to, and I can use this position to send things forward or backwards. So let me show you an example. I want to add a phone to this, so I'm gonna do iPhone. So here is an iPhone, and I'm going to put it right here. I'm gonna shrink that a little bit. So if I wanted to send this phone to the back, I could do, send backward, and as you can see, then the line will kind of cross through it, and it's in between. Or I can. The problem with when you do this is that it's so hard to kind of get your stuff back. So what I would do is I would just bring this in, send it back again, so then it goes back in. But I can grab this phone and I can say send to the back, and then it completely disappears, right? So I don't want that. I do want it to come out, but I want to show you option anyway. So every time you see like this cloud and this grass and whatever this is, that tells you that this is an element that you can add a photo to. So that's just the picture placeholder. So I want to add a photo to that, so I'm going to go to photo, and I'm going to add this photo. So you want to drag it over, not there, keep it moving, and when you move closer a little bit, so see, like, because it's here, it tries to fit in there, but you can just drag it, and if you see it on the phone, then you just let go, and now you have that picture on that phone. And you can do this for anything. So you can do this for your iPad. This iPad, you couldn't put a photo on it. You could still put a photo on this. It just wouldn't be perfectly aligned like that. So let's try this. So you have this. If you want to put a photo in this is what you do. You go here and you look for a photo that you want. Take this out. So you want to put this photo, then you have to make so it doesn't automatically put it on the iPad for you, so you have to manually manipulate this. That is why I recommend that, but it's not hard to do. Just go ahead, twist it just like that, and I can put that photo right here, and boom, you're good to go, right? So let's move it. Just don't make it look like a crazy thing. You can't even tell. So those are just some things that you can do with Canva. You can take photos, you can put pictures in them, and yeah. And when you're done, same thing. You can go ahead and download it. You can share a link if you want to just have somebody else take a look at it, and anyone can look at it and they don't have to sign in. That's an option. Or you can use it for presentation, so you can just go directly and do present, and this is kind of what you would use to show people, if you were doing some type of presentation, you would kind of have that there. And come back here, or you can email it, you can tweet it, you can post it on your Facebook page, all that jazz. What else can I show you? You can also share this as a template, right? So you can go share, and you can share a link to use as a template, which means it sort of would send somebody a copy. The link will, it's not a copy, but when you send it to a person, they can edit this without manipulating your original copy. So you can select that. Now, if you're somebody that is designing templates for sale, this is what you always want to use. So now, what if you bought a template? If you bought a template from someone, or say from Etsy or whoever, you can go ahead, when you download that, it would tell you, use it in Canva or whatever, or open in Canva. It will really just open into a screen like this, and you can kind of do whatever you want with it, depending on how that template was set up. The other thing that you can do is you can, if you wanted to use certain elements in your that already exist in your folder, you can just go ahead and do. So I'm just going to add a new page here because I don't want to open anything new. You can go to your folders, so all your designs. So these are all the designs that I have. So what I can do is I can, if I wanted to use this, for example, I can just click into this and it will come up here, and then I will go to another page and I'll just add another element. So if there is something that you have that you use repeatedly on other stuff, you can easily do that. Just go to your folder and grab whatever information you want in there. All right, that is the end of the class. If you have any questions, let me know.